Hello again everybody, welcome back. I'm Shane and this midweek tips is about eggs. Quite a simple one really, as it's leading up to breeding season. I think some of the beginners might not know or understand why we take eggs out, say for your canaries and stuff, where they're going to be having 5 eggs and we remove them daily. So I just want to explain that. So basically, the main reason is so you've got 5 eggs or 4 in some cases laid consecutively, first, second, third, fourth, fifth day. So the way we take them out is just to make sure that they all hatch on the same day, because if you don't and the hen is sitting tight from day one, you'll end up with one chick at 5 days old and one just hatching. Them chicks, the first 3, your first, second and third egg is going to be more advanced and a lot bigger than the last 2 that's going to be hatched. So the fact that if you was to leave them and the hen is sitting tight, you guarantee that more than likely you're going to lose 2 if not more out of that nest. So we take them out and store them, which I'll show you how I store them. I'll explain on other birds as well, because I don't do it on them all. And we replace them with pot eggs, basically plastic eggs, fake dummy eggs, whatever you want to call them. So the way I would do it is the canary will lay the egg on the first day, remove that, store it, put a pot egg in, and repeat the process for the next 4 days. I replace mine on the 4th day, and if the hen does lay 5, then you've not got much to lose. There's only a day difference, and even sometimes anyway, the hens don't sit tight fully until they've laid 5th eggs. Every bird's different, they're all individual. So if you replace them and put all the 4 eggs back on the 4th day, you've got more chance then of the eggs all hatching at the same rate. As a rule, canaries, the eggs hatch at 14 days, but just be careful and don't be too hasty to throw them out if they haven't hatched at 14 days, and I'll explain that shortly. So as I said, replace them, but be very careful. I mean, you can get egg pincers and stuff like that, you can buy them. I don't feel the need to. If you just be a bit gentle with the eggs. I have in the past, years ago, smashed them, getting them out, hit them on the bars as I'm doing it, just rushing the job really. So be careful and put them in and replace them with the dummy eggs. It's that simple, and that way they will all hatch on the same day and you've got a good bunch of chicks at the end of it. So now what I'll show you is where I store my eggs and what I would do taking them out. Obviously I've got no eggs at the moment, so I can't really show you in real time, but you'll at least get the gist of it. So this is where I store my eggs. So basically it's just a screw organizer, and they just pull out. This is one of the deeper ones. That's filled with DE powder, just my preference really. You can fill it with sawdust, anything you like, but I think DE powder is a bit softer. So as you can see, what I would usually do is, I haven't numbered them purely because I'm not sure if I'm numbering them 1C for one canary through to 9 or 10 pairs or whatever I'm running, or I'm going to do British. I haven't decided. So I'd number them 1, 2, 3 and so on with the equivalent of the cages that are numbered 1, 2, 3 and so on and so on. At least then you're not going to get your eggs mixed up. So when it comes, the ends have laid, basically just take the egg out, and I'll put the first one at the back, second next to it, third and 4th egg. So you've got your 4 there, and you've no need to turn them or anything like that when they're actually took away from the ends. Basically just put them back, leave them, 4th day put them back in. Like I said, it's that simple. It's not hard. So with this one, what I've got in the bottom is just all my dummy eggs in there. These are bigger ones for when I used to, like the blackbirds, song thrush and stuff like that. Their eggs are a lot bigger. I mean, if I needed another one, I would get one, but this should suffice for what I need, due to the fact that the birds in the flights, I don't take their eggs out at all. I leave them be. Once the eggs, the hens have laid in the nests anyway, I tend to leave them. Just had too many finicky hens that don't like you touching their eggs. I'd rather just leave them. If I lose a couple, so be it. At least that way I know that I'm going to get some out of them rather than messing about. So that's what I would. Sorry, I'm just looking at a bullfinch hen. I don't know how she's carrying something around, but she just picked a piece of bedding up and carried it around. But just shows how birds are coming into condition really quick. So that's how I'd store them. Now, like I said, if it comes to the eggs not hatching at 14 days, don't be too hasty to throw them out. I mean, I will show you a separate video on candling and bobbing, which I'm going to talk to you about now. So in the past, I've had eggs hatch at 19 days, and the hen was sat tight for some reason. I don't know why. It does happen. There's no given time where eggs are periodic going to be on a 14-day. So what I do is I bob them, and basically all it is getting a measuring jug, filling it with water, lukewarm water, not hot, definitely not cold. And eggs are porous, they've got little holes in it. If you put the egg in there and there is a chick inside of that that's still alive, what will happen is the egg will start moving around in the water. That's why it's called bobbing. But like I said, I can't really show you that now because I haven't got any birds on eggs. But I will touch base with you on that and show you, because it's a really cool trick that you at least you know 100% then. Sometimes it takes a minute or so for it to start moving around if there is anything in there, but it does work. Now, incubation time again. Canaries around 14 days. You get your red poles 12 days. I've had canaries hatch 12 days. It's around, like I said, it is around 14 days thereabouts. It's not the canaries, that is. British greenfinches and stuff like that around 14 days, the bigger ones. Red poles are really advanced in all stages compared to canaries, whether it be the incubation period or the time for the chicks to leave the nest and actually start eating on their own. They're really a fast turnaround bird. But I'll pick up on that when it comes to it. So that was the main thing today. The tip is just on eggs and monitoring them. Now what I will show you is, along with the eggs, is I use breeding cards, and I will show you just a quick look at them and what I'm going to be using this year. So this is a standard breeding card that I've used previously. I mean, they're nothing fancy. It's just cage number, cock ring, hen ring, date, laid, date, hatch, such and such like that. But this year I spoke to Nelson, the same guy that did me the breeding records, and I asked him, does he make them, and he's going to make me some. He sent me the picture last night, which I'll put on at the end of this video, and they are brilliant. They've got everything you need on there, and all I do is basically, 1 second, I would just use something on my cages. You don't have to use them as big as this, but I just use something like that, and I will just clip it onto the cage, or the front of the cage. It's as simple as that, or something like just bending it into the bars, and you haven't got to keep reverting back to your breeding records. And every day you're in there feeding anyway, so you just look at your card, right, you know that's laid on that day, you know it's due to hatch on that day. That simple. And it's something that since I started using it 2 or 3 years ago, I can't really do without them. It just makes everything so simple. So I mean, if you do like them and you are looking for some, give me a shout. I'll pass your details on, or I'll give you his Facebook details. At least that way you're gonna get them, and it can even probably design them for you if you need them to. So it's as simple as that. And this is the period where you really need to start thinking about breeding season a lot more. The soak seed, the egg food and everything now should be increased, depending on what stage your birds are. I've got peregrinis right behind there feeding like troopers. So yeah, it just shows, I mean, today outside is a beautiful day, 15 degrees, and the birds in the wild, the chaffinches are singing, the greenfinches striking up, so clearly everything's moving a lot quicker than, I would say, a couple of weeks in advance of what it would have been last year. So this is the period where you really need to start thinking, now is the time to start doing this. This is why there's a slight change to the video for Friday. I'll explain that as then. But anyway, I hope this has helped you, and enjoy the rest of your week, and some jobs to be getting on with. Start getting your breeding records ready. Your pot eggs, if you haven't got any already, give me a shout. They're not expensive, and something like this is not expensive. I mean, I think they vary from £20 to £80 depending on how many sections you want. But it's one thing that I would use every time. You don't want to get your eggs mixed up. Putting eggs from, if you use a normal tray, which I've used in the past, definitely in condition. I can't even hear myself think at the minute. Anyway, you don't want to get eggs from cage number 1 mixed up with cage number 5 and so on and so on, because if you're line breeding, you want to make sure you know where that, hey, you want to make sure you know where them eggs are coming from. So anyway, I hope this has helped, and enjoy the rest of your day. They're all singing their heads off.